Welcome all good boys and good girls to the best podcast about two guys watching a show in reverse order. I'm your best host, Jesse McGrath.
And I'm the other best host, Wilder Shaw. And you know what? That intro can suck my butt. Why don't you try that shit again?
Yeah, okay. I'll do this one in reverse.
Oh, okay.
So bring my server notion shows I beside the slower goodness big bomb.
This is season 4, episode 15.
Yep, the episode is called No Exit.
Yeah, which is how
I feel
watching
about
the episode.
Yep.
So cool. We both had that same bit. I thought this was one of the most boring episodes of any television show that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah. But I bet it's another one of those things where I feel like if we were watching it, how a human is supposed to watch this, it would be like, oh, man, I'm learning so much. Like, Tub Lord, I thought he was dead, but it just turns out he's going to be a Tub Lord. Like, a lot was happening. Yeah, and that explains why she was just, like, fingering a bullet at the bar.
Yes,
in the last true. Episode.
That's
is
the
way
brain
true.
Bullet. You know, the other trick about that, though, is I don't give a fuck, because I'm not watching it the regular way. I'm watching it this way. And I'm a little ashamed of Battlestar Galactica for not anticipating that someone would do this.
Right. That's fair for you to be upset about them not anticipating what is maybe the worst idea of all time.
I think that's
I just want to, before we even jump into anything, this is the first episode we've recorded since people have been able to listen to the show.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite thing is that the very first feedback that we got was a guy that I worked with for a year last year who really liked me and was always like, I'd love to read some of your writing or something, and just posted on Facebook, well, that was interesting, with no punctuation. So, yeah.
Yeah, the reviews are in, and we suck.
Yeah, we're doing great.
I got a character's name.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor, the fucking piece of shit doctor who I can't stand, who's still really just not only has he built his home in the shit list, he's reinforcing the walls. He's like the last piggy who made his house out of bricks. His name is Doc Connell, which I just don't like the way that flows like it's one word.
Doc Connell. Yeah, Doc Connell. Yeah, got it.
Hate that. He was extra awful in this episode. Maybe worse than he's been. He is the worst bedside manner of any doctor I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he's not good. I like though that he keeps calling the brain guy the brain guy. Like he is without the word neurologist or whatever. I mean, like, I assume it's neurologist. I don't even know if that's the right word, but I can tell you what I do know. It's not the brain guy.
No, it's certainly not. And then turns out the brain guy is John Hodgman, which is hilarious to me.
So good. And not acting, by the way. Just being John Hodgman.
No, I hope 100%. That he's in more of this show. That is something I did not expect. I hope that he's not just like a one-time appearance as the brain guy.
Oh my god. It was so... Because he's not acting. Everyone on this show, like, for better or for worse, this show has a lot of very hammy acting, which is kind of to be expected, like sci-fi...
Right.
I don't know, whatever, on the Sci-Fi Network, like, that's expected. And John Hodgman was like, so I should just do I'm a PC. I'm just going to be, like, my normal, like, Daily Show self. Cool.
Right. And they were like, John, hey, do you want to try this one a little bit more? And he's like, nope, I don't.
No, I think I actually got that one in the first take. I want to call him.
You know how when Hodgman's on the set, it's the Hodgman show. I mean,
he calls the shots.
That guy runs the shit with a iron fist.
He's just screaming, got it in one at everyone. And they're like, the cameras weren't on, John. You're not on set. What are you saying?
And like a lot of times he won't read the dialogue. He'll like do different dialogue.
Right. Not like improv dialogue that would make sense, but he really likes to read dialogue from other things that he's been in or that he hasn't been in.
Yeah. Like, he'll just do, like, some Michael Scott bits, and then, like, they have to, like, be like, okay, that was a good one. Like, hey, John, like, why don't we, like, try one? And he'll usually throw them a bone by reading the actual words.
Instead of speaking parcel tongue, which he's also known to do on set, John Hodgman loves just coming out the gates with a hot parcel.
Hodgman is a Hollywood nightmare, and I think that we all know that about him.
Right, but he's so damn good, and that's
he's so good. He's so good, and it's just a masterclass for everyone that's watching.
Yeah.
So you gotta like when they wrote the part, they're like, "Should we get Hodgman?" And they were like, "I think we gotta."
We gotta. And they're like, it's gonna be hell, and it's like it is every time. And then you end up with Brain Guy Hodgman.
Right. Yeah. And so he plays the Brain Guy, who just shows up and makes the real Doctor look like a real. Even shittier than he is. I think the Doctor's like actual medical words. He's like, he's got a bullet in his brain and it sucks or something like that. He doesn't seem like a doctor. He seems like someone who is the best equipped to be a doctor. Like when you're on a plane and someone's choking and they're like, is someone a doctor? And someone's like, I'm a vet.
Right.
Let's
not. Hey, all you vets out there, no disrespect.
No, mad disrespect, especially to our good friend who is a vet.
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right, I guess we are starting beef with vets.
There is no chance that our friend who's a vet listens to this. There is no fucking world.
If you are a vet or you have a vet in your family, you love vets, go ahead and tweet at @WilderShaw_ about how he's a big piece of shit, and he can take that heat. Because I don't want it.
Yeah, and do so at your own risk. Because guess what? I got Hodgman in my pocket, and that motherfucker will kill you.
Fuck yeah, and he is like street. He's ruthless.
Yeah, I mean he's
Hodgman
covered in tats, one for each bone that he's broken of another man.
Right. Yep.
Any other new characters in this?
I don't think any new characters
besides that one random Centurion. Which, by the way, Centurions believe in God. Whatever.
I know. I like that. I mean, we're gonna get into the plot, but
how do they know? How do they know Centurions believe in God? They don't even talk.
Well, and that's what's great is that we've kind of like cannonballed into the motivation of John the bad guy. Which, by the way, if you recall on the last episode, I theorized that all of the fucking Cylons always wear the same clothes. That dude is wearing the same shirt. She's wearing the same dress. Like I think that
they're all Doug
real.
Funny.
Yes, a bunch of Doug Funnies fucking running around, and Skeeter comes in.
Yeah, Skeeter's Boomer. Boomer already has a fucking Doug name. Wait, Boomer, wasn't that a character on Doug?
Oh no, are you thinking of BB?
No, I'm looking this up. Doug show.
Yeah,
Boomer.
Can you narrate your Googling, please? Because they're
Boomer Bledsoe. Why don't you go ahead and suck on this dick right now? Boomer Bledsoe is the guy who had green hair. I've never seen this guy. I thought he was going to be the guy with the one big eye. Remember that guy?
Green hair, I feel like, is like half the characters. Don't all the characters have crazy hair?
He's like a bright pumpkin orange color in skin.
Oh, sure.
And he has green hair. And his last name is Bledsoe.
Which is a normal, I mean, considering like Patty Mayonnaise and Roger
and
Klotz,
Doug Funny.
And then they're just like, hey, I'm Boomer Bledsoe. What's
up? There's like basketball players named Bledsoe. There's a barbecue place near me called Bledsoe's.
Yeah, it's a name. You don't need to establish that it is a name.
Look, it's a name. And also, did you catch Boomer's real name? Is Shannon?
Yeah, that's true.
Sharon? Who? Shannon? Boomer's real name. So I think I realized why these people have these fucking whack nicknames is because they probably were all named something normal, but then there's multiple copies of them.
Yeah, so a million of them.
Yeah, so that's why there's Boomer and Athena. You know when you're just like, what should I call you? How about Athena?
Oh, wait, I do have another character.
Oh, go on.
And maybe I just like have not been paying attention to the show or our show, but they keep talking about Daniel. Who is Daniel?
No. I've never heard about Daniel before this, and they kept bringing him up, and I have a note that says, who the fuck is Daniel?
Okay, great. So we're on the same page. Because there was a lot of, as boring as this episode was, it was a lot of like, the fucking Temple of Hope and the 13th tribe and the fucking original 5 and then like Daniel died. He was 7. What? What is that? What does that mean? He was 7.
Yeah.
7 years old? When he was a child? And they killed him? So yeah, I don't know who Daniel is, but they made a big fucking stink about him this episode.
Yeah. No clue. You know who I never saw before this episode and made her way right onto the shit list was that nurse. That mean English nurse.
Oh, yeah, who at the end of the episode is like, he can't hear you. He's fucking
Starbuck
dead.
is like talking to her beloved guy who's like about to go into, or he's like in a coma. And she was like, you're wasting your time. He can't hear you.
And it was right after Hodgman was like, and especially now that we know what we know with the rest of the show, I love that Hodgman's last line in the series, because we don't ever see him again, is like, oh yeah, he'll be fine. I'm surprised he hasn't woken up already.
That seems like that wasn't the line, but Hodgman took over.
Oh yeah, he did. Hodgman does.
Hodgman will take this story arc in any direction he pleases.
Yeah.
But like, can you imagine if you were in a hospital talking to like your wife and she's in a coma, and then the nurse was like, you know what? Don't fucking bother. She can't hear you.
Right. No, yeah, they all went to the same fucking bedside manner school, which is just like Dick's Last Resort, that restaurant where everyone's mean to you. It's that, but a hospital.
Yeah. Exactly. Real shitty.
Yeah.
Is that it for character? Do you have any shit list?
Okay, so shit list. I mean, goes to the doctor and that nurse for sure. If that's like what we're doing here. You
ever seen a worse doctor?
What's that?
You ever seen a worse doctor?
No, not ever. I mean, like, you know that I have a very traumatic doctor experience at the San Francisco State Free Clinic, which I don't need to get into here.
Right.
But like, even that guy who almost borderline sexually assaulted me, and definitely like mistreated my yams, my yams and my squash.
Yeah,
all of my produce was violated by this man at San Francisco State. Go Gators! This guy
Chomp,
is
bitch.
worse. Yeah, chomp chomp, baby. Welcome to the swamp. That guy sucked. This doctor in Battlestar is worse. So my leaderboard has got to be, and I know you might not agree with this, fucking John, the bad guy, because
oh boy, I fucking hate him.
Yeah, he delivers lines in a way that is inconceivable. Like, do you remember? Like at the end of Ratatouille when the waiter, what's the waiter's name? Like fucking Linguini or something.
Linguini.
What's his name?
Idiot.
Linguini. Yeah, Linguini Alfredo. Pixar. Woof. Whiff. Yeah. That's a whiff on that name. Linguini Alfredo is like, well, I give up on trying to be actually good, so I'm gonna put on these roller skates and slay. Yeah. That is the dexterity and the skill that this man is delivering these insane lines that he has to say when he's talking about witnessing the death of a star and how mad he is that he has to witness it with his squishy eyeballs.
Yeah. Well, also, when he's saying, he takes a long time to get to the word eyeballs in that speech. Mm-hmm. So he goes, these squishy, and he's holding his hands up, and he's got these big fat fucking hands, and I thought he was going to talk about his fat hands. He says the fact that he wants to smell dark matter, and then he goes, and I don't even know what I'm talking about because I can't articulate it because I'm a stupid, oh my god, I hated that part.
Oh no, I loved that. It was how could
Hodgman not be on leaderboard though? Remember when he's describing what's going on with Tublord, and then he describes it as he's saying nonsense. He's like, yeah, it's like word salad.
Yeah, and everyone is so distraught except him, and he is doing a very bad job of reading the room. Yeah. Starbuck is sobbing, and he's like, it's really cool. It's word salad. Actually. Yeah. Isn't it wild? Look at his brain. It's just lighting up because of that bullet it's got lodged in there. That's crazy, right? Yeah. What are you, his wife? This is wild.
Yeah. Boy, what a poor crew.
Yeah, I mean, but that's in their defense. In Battlestar's defense, Hodgman, that original monologue was 49 minutes long of just improvised Hodgman, and that's the 35 seconds they could slice from it.
Right, and they were like, "Hey, Hodge, I noticed you said word salad for some reason. Why'd you say that?" And then Hodge shot that guy with a shotgun.
Right, and he was like, "Check the contract. I get one word salad a performance."
That's in his contract.
He gets to say word salad at least once every performance. It's non-negotiable.
He loves to say word salad.
I mean, who doesn't love a good word salad?
Yeah, besides Hodge, I'm going to say Starbuck keeps being on the leaderboard because she just doesn't really do anything that pisses me off. I thought it was annoying that she was sulking in the bar, but now I can see why.
Right, yeah, that she's been through a little bit, and she's blaming herself a little bit. But I can't get over fucking John and these
speech is out of control.
Everything he says he wants to feel the solar wind of a supernova flowing over me.
I can't.
I'm gonna put that on my fucking headstone. Are you kidding me?
Acting is very weird.
Oh god! And then he's like, "I'm gonna cut open your head," and he lays it thick with the word head. And then I have a lot of emphasis in my notes about how this man talks, and that to me gets you right on the leaderboard.
Oh, hey, do you hear that? You hear the trumpet fanfare that's happening?
Yeah,
right
like the song of 1,000 angels. Yes,
yeah,
I do hear it.
I think that means it's time to go to a word from our sponsors.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Yeah, so today's podcast is brought to you by Del Scorcho sauce. You're probably like, what's Del Scorcho sauce? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's very good. It's one of the many hot sauces you can select at Del Taco. And you're probably like, what's Del Taco? And then like, Hodge, I kill you. I have Hodge kill you. Del Scorcho sauce is tangy and is spicy. It's delectable. It's perfect atop, the mounds of bean and cheese that those wizards load into every tasty bite of food. I have a shitload of Del Scorcho in my fridge at all times. It's got some little green floaties in each packet. What are they? I don't know. Are they supposed to be there? Probably not.
That sounds gross.
Do I slurp them up anyways? You bet your sweet bippy I slurp that shit up. The next time, your old lady's like, oh, where are you taking me for my birthday or whatever? Be like, oh, hey, baby cakes, I got a surprise for you. Just throw down a bunch of Del Scorcho packets on the table and just be like, just put that on whatever you want to eat.
Oh, and then you leave the room?
Yeah,
what's the next play? Oh, yeah. And then you storm out in anger.
Yeah. Never, ever take someone out for their birthday. Rule number 1.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad at this. I mean, I love this hypothetical money we're getting from this sponsor.
Yeah, Del Taco is loading us up with some dollar change cash.
I feel like I set the stage last episode with bagels because I knew we both love bagels and we both love our sponsor bagels.
I specifically picked something that you would not like. And it's a miracle cure-all, that Scorcho sauce. You feel under the weather? Yeah. Drink some of it. It might help. I don't know.
Oh, that's
you got like a bruise or a protuberance? Rub that shit all over it, and maybe it'll make it feel better.
Right. Well, you wear glasses like a fucking nerd because your eyes suck. Why don't you squirt some of that sauce in your eyes and hope it fucking fixes it?
Guess what? I used to be blind. I used to be fully blind until the day I squirted that shit in my eyes, and now I can see
some of those
with my fleshy orbs. Yeah.
I mean, of course, all due respect to our sponsor, I guess, Del Taco Scorcho sauce. But it
not Del Taco, but it's just specifically their one style of hot, like one of the 3 or 4 hot sauces they make.
They take that anal leakage and they seal it into a little fucking tube.
Hell
with
yeah,
green
they do.
Floaties, I guess, and then you're just rubbing it all over your body. You're like,
what's
soaking
hilarious?
in it.
You could buy the sauce online in like bulk, but you can also just go to Del Taco and just snook up 1,000 bags of it, and no one gives a shit.
So you are just a monster. You just peruse. You like drive by a Del Taco, like, oh, I'm running low. You go in, don't buy anything, and just fill like your hat. You take off your hat. Your big
I have one of those
hat.
collapsible top hats.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then I throw it out. It extends. I fill it with Del Scorcho sauce. Turn someone into a rabbit. Hop back on my motorcycle, off into the sunset.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're it's like you're wearing steampunk garb when you go in there. And
duh. I break into the ceiling, baby.
Old hat. Yeah.
Why do you think Del Taco's always getting robbed? They don't take the money. They take the Scorcho sauce.
Do they get robbed a lot?
I can't confirm that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So on account of I just made it up.
Wilder, can you for 1 second take this podcast seriously and not make shit up? Because so far we have told 100% truth, and I would really like to stick to that.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. Well, thank you to Del Scorcho. Continue to keep paying us lots of money.
Yeah, thank you for our sponsorship. I love and respect you, even though you taste like shit.
This episode starts with some very confusing footage, I guess.
Oh, yeah. What it told me is that everyone is from the tub. All of us are tub lords.
Yeah, it starts off with like Ellen being like rebirthed or like resurrected in a tub.
Okay, no, hold on. What it actually starts off with, which you had to text me to skip, is like...
Oh, yeah.
Big fat... I don't know what the spoilers are, but apparently Wilder got maybe partially spoiled a little bit.
No, it was not... I mean, I'm just going to tell you because we have to be on the same page. I saw one thing. It starts off with like a word of text, and it goes, Cylons were created by the humans. So...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, I gotta hang tight. And then I just kind of listened, because it was only like music and sound effects, and I listened till that was done. And then I started watching.
What is your... Okay, so we're both watching this on Hulu, and as we've mentioned before, we don't watch the previously on because that would really fuck our Jimmy Jams right up.
Yeah.
But if someone walked into my room at the moment the Previously On is playing, they would think I was possessed. I am sitting in my chair. I'm like jamming my fingers into my ears because like there's dialogue in most of the Previously On. Like you can spoily dialogue. And I'm like staring with dead eyes straight at my dresser so that I can see the TV in the peripheral, but not actually make out anything that's happening on. I look like I'm one of the haunted children from like a horror movie.
Yeah, and
it's really...
that's also not specific to just watching this. That's how you always are.
Yeah, that's true. That is just how
I've never walked into a room and seen you not in that pose, just like staring at the corner with your hands in your ears.
Yeah,
I watched.
Yeah, that is my. That's how I.
Last night.
That's how I
watched
sleep.
Insidious for the first time. Welcome to the Insidious podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Good. No. No. I'm not taking this. I haven't seen it, so there's really no reason to do this.
Just watch that shit backwards. It's fine.
We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep on pushing.
Ellen's a tub
through
lord.
Insidious chat.
And she's being watched by a centurion.
Okay. Yes, we're back to the.
And it turns out that Ellen created John.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like she was dead until the beginning of this episode, where she is rebirthed.
Right.
Oh yeah, he does not like the name John. What do you think his real name is?
It's John. That's what she said. His name is
what
John.
Do you think, what do you think he prefers to be called?
Oh yeah, I don't know. They never said it. Let's. You want to spitball?
Yeah, yeah.
Terrence.
Yeah, that's probable. I would say
Dr.
there's a good
Manhattan.
chance. Cream cheese face.
Yep, that's a good one.
Plop. I think it's plop.
Yeah, or just like some other onomatopoeia that you can't even really spell, like bang. You know?
Yeah.
Like...
yeah. So okay, done. Confirmed. His name is Bang.
Cool.
Is his Christian name?
Yeah, the artist formerly known as Bang. Lots of you mentioned his Christian name. Lots of religion talk. Like they said that like.
So I've noticed that everyone believes in multiple gods, polytheism, if you will, except for centurions who believe in one god, which I'm still confused about because they look like big robots who can't speak.
Yeah, it's weird to me that we found that the whole deal with John, which by the way, as boring as this episode was, I do sort of like his motivation. That like, bro, you made like super intelligent beings, like crazy robots, and you put us in the same whack ass bodies. Like you couldn't have thought of anything tighter. There's no in between of like shitty human and like dumbass centurion, what looks like a robot from like 400,000 years ago. That's whack. But
yeah.
So I do kind of.
He also mentions that he's the one that took Eye Patch's eye.
Yeah, he's like an actual bad guy, which sucks because he got a real crap ending. The ending of him is like didn't make him seem like an actual bad guy at all.
No, I'm actually probably going to rewatch that opening sequence of the last episode because I don't know, like I'm still mostly confused by why Galen chokes that girl to death, who like was also revealed in this episode that in like thousands of years ago they were like married and living together.
Yeah,
and why John shoots himself.
A ton of dialogue, but it feels like at some point in the show she was definitely doing something because she is now in almost like every important scene.
Right, and like Boomer and Galen are an item. Because at one point they were like, who do you love? And then it immediately cuts to Galen.
Right,
and then also like it showed them talking.
I love that, like, it seems in the last 3 episodes we've watched. The only plot point for Edward James Olmos is, man, this fucking ship. It's fucking...
Yeah. And he's drinking in every one. How many episodes do you think Eddie James is not drinking in?
None. It's a big nunsy for that.
It's like, it's ridiculous. He's a severe alcoholic.
Yeah, if you had a drinking game where you took a drink every time he took a drink, you would die. You would not make it through a single episode.
Have you noticed that Eye Patch talks like a pirate? I mean, maybe it's because he has an eye patch. But he does this kind of thing all the time.
Yeah, except for the moment when he feels his baby kick for the first time, and he does like a very genuine like ooh, like
yeah,
he coos like a baby.
Yeah, Eye Patch wasn't as bottom of the shit list as he normally is today.
Yeah,
mostly because Doc Connor was being a piece of shart.
Right, and like I don't know, Tub Lord was somehow the focus of this episode, and I also don't remember basically any. This episode felt very like the architect in the Matrix trilogy, where it's just like, oh shit, we've got 3 seasons of fucking nonsense to explain. So let's introduce like an Oracle type character and have him just explain away all of the loose ends, sort of, and then immediately make it so he can't speak anymore. Like now he's no longer accessible. That's that. We're done here.
I didn't talk about my favorite part with Tublord yet. It was the part where he he's like, Starbuck is talking to Tublord, and she's like, and then Tublord's like, look, if I had all the answers about you, you'd want me to tell you, right? And she's like, oh my god, do you? And he's like, nah, but maybe I'll remember at some point.
Yeah. Fucking played you.
That was so funny. I was like, what? Why was this line written? What was that part for?
No, there was a lot of... Can I just run through some of my favorite quotes real quick? Because there was a lot of real good quotes. Please. So first of all, Edward James Olmos at one point says, I need a chief and all I have is a Galen, which is great to me.
Yeah, which is really exactly explains his predicament, because fuck just Galen.
Dunked on him. At one point, Tublord's like in his little freak out, and he's like, there's too many layers. I remember everything. I see everything, which was cracking me up.
Yeah, layers, and like then, a cake. Like we already discussed this. We've tickled cake theory a little bit, if you remember. Yeah, in Tickle Time, one of our most popular segments.
Yep. And then there's the part where John says that where Ellen asks if he's still having night sweats and quote, scary dreams of dog-faced boys chasing you through the yellow mists.
Oh.
And then his response is, I deleted dreams.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. He's like, I deleted that sub service or something.
Yeah,
which is like, okay, if you're so fucking upset about being human, and it seems like, and you can just delete like aspects of it. Why don't you delete all the other shit that makes you human?
Yeah, delete your dumb fart body.
Get yourself some new eyes, boy.
Yeah,
you don't like your squishy
not
orbs.
Globes this time. Yeah, squishy orbs. Instead, make them cubes. I know that's what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Little old pyramid eyes coming through.
they protrude out of his face. Gugh!
That's the only thing he changes. He's like, it was just the eyes.
Yeah, and he's like, honestly, this is better now. I like this. We get some. Oh yeah, you got more quotes?
Do I have? I think I had one more quote, but I could be wrong. Oh, it was I'm gonna cut open your head, which was great. Oh, and they keep calling. No, there's the whole thing where the one shitlist thing that Eye Patch did is they keep calling them skin jobs.
Oh yeah, that's like the slur for a Cylon.
Yeah, which is so gross. It sounds like the nastiest little sex act you could ever commit.
Absolutely filthy nasty.
Yeah, or conversely, it's just a circumcision. That's like what you would call a circumcision.
Oh, that is what we call it in my culture.
Is it?
Yeah. In my culture of being
you're one of the J's. You're talking about the J culture.
Yeah, I'm a J.
Yeah, and you got your skin job as a baby.
I got my skin job as a baby, and the ladies don't complain.
I got my skin job as an adult. I got it on my 21st birthday.
Yeah, I was there.
Gave it to me. Yeah. Oh, you did it.
I was the one.
You were disguised as my mom. We gotta get past this. The last quote
let's get back. Let's skip the circumcision part. Let me tell you something. We got an explanation of Cylon Goop finally.
We'll cut that out in post. Yeah,
Cylon Goop is a living, breathing organism, and it's like just an adhesive, pretty much.
And there's no discernible reason why Edward James Olmos would be like, no, I'd rather the ship die than have that, other than like, I hate Cylons. Like, he's just a big racist.
Yeah, like, pretty much. And he was like, by the way, I want the crew to be humans.
Yeah, all humans only. I like that it's that he pulls up this UV light and he says, it's in her bones. Her bones are rotten.
Yeah.
Galen with the rotten bones alert.
I like the
part.
And
then Edward James Olmos goes to the bathroom and there's just a very large crack above his door that he, I guess, had not noticed at all. It's enormous.
For real. Yeah. I like the part where he promotes Galen to chief, I guess, and then it seems like for a minute the show forgot Galen's name because then he goes like, "I need the chief," and then someone's like, and then Galen picks up. And he's like, "Hello, this is the chief," and Eddie James is like, "Okay, chief." It seems like everybody forgot what Galen's name was, and they were like, "The chief. Just call him the chief."
just call. I mean, Galen is not a great name, so honestly, anything else is not going to be a downgrade.
There's a scene where Cancer Mama gives Lee the presidency, which is, I did not know that that's how presidents worked.
Well, and very unceremoniously, which I guess makes sense because in the further episodes it doesn't super fucking matter.
And then he alludes to the fact that...
it's not like he does anything really compelling.
She alludes to the fact that he wouldn't be a good president because he always makes the right choice.
Yeah, he's too sweet. He's too... what was it? You're always trying to make the right choice, but you don't make the smart choice or some shit like that?
Yeah. Seems like the smart choice would be the right choice.
Well, no, not always. I can't think of even a single example.
Yeah, cool, great.
I can't even think of a fake example. That's crazy.
Sick.
So we learn about a lot about the Final Five. We learn about, like, it seems like everyone just has previous lives, and John, when they were reborn, like, boxed them, I think they're saying. Which means, like, block their old memories, which is why someone like Ellen seems to remember everything. Whereas the other dudes don't remember. Like, Galen doesn't remember shit. Because they're resurrected.
Yeah, the resurrection thing led me to believe that that's probably what happened with Starbuck. I feel like at some point she died and her body got burned, and then she got resurrected out of a tub, doesn't remember it, and then ended up going to find that charred corpse.
But does that ever get resolved? Did we ever figure out if she's a Cylon or not?
I don't know, dog. Maybe it's clear in that last episode, but the problem is... Here's the thing about the show, McGrath. We're watching it backwards.
You're watching it backwards. I'm not watching it backwards.
Oh, come on, dog.
Speak for yourself, Bozo.
Well, then you're dumb for not knowing all this shit.
Yeah, also, how did I learn so much about the last episodes?
Yeah, for real. It's amazing you've been able to keep up with this conversation.
Yeah.
And since people keep referring to Cylons as their children, maybe that's where the everyone's my daughter factor comes in.
Yeah.
Newton's law of everyone's my daughter.
Yep, that's my favorite of Newton law.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna make a Newt Salamander joke, and then
what was it gonna be?
I was just gonna say I prefer Salamander law, but
I wouldn't have gotten that.
Newt, because
you should have listed
for a second I forgot that
Salamanderton.
that Newton and Newt were different.
Yeah, it's like Salamanderton. That would have done it.
Oh, Salamanderton law, but that's not great. That's not super great. I'm glad we've taken the time to work through this. Is
that a lizard?
Oh, well, now you're out of here. Those are dinosaurs, dum-dum.
Oh, that's right.
Is it a lizard? I think they're called reptiles, you fucking moron.
What's the difference between a lizard and a reptile?
I think a lizard is a type of reptile. It's like you can't...
so you don't know for sure, then.
I'm pretty confident that lizards and alligators are different. Is that the debate that we're having right now?
I would like to give a special shout out, I'm done with that, to whoever is listening to this podcast in Sun City, Arizona, as well as the 4 people that listen to this in Ashburn. What state is this? It's not zooming in. It's not zooming in. It's like right in the corner of where a bunch of states meet. So I'm just gonna not say anything anymore.
Well, I'll look. You quick vamp, and I'll look up Ashburn. I bet it'll come up
Virginia.
with 8.
Bingo.
Cool.
Thanks
Ashburn,
for listening.
Virginia.
The 4 of you in Ashburn, Virginia. Why?
Tight.
And how?
Wait, I have one more thing. But I hear your little wrap up squeal, but I have one more important thing.
Yeah, it's the classic wrap up squeal.
So if you remember, the reason that the war got called off in like the second to last episode, and I went back and rewatched this because I'm a fucking professional.
Wow.
They're like, we'll give you resurrection if you free Hera. And this is what they're talking about. He, in this episode, is like talking to Ellen about giving us resurrection. She's like, I don't fucking have it, dude. And he's like, I'm gonna cut your head open.
She just got resurrected.
Right, but remember in this episode, he's like, towards the end of this episode, he's like, they destroyed the fucking resurrection shit. That's why he's gonna like cut her head open. He's like, tell us how to build that shit. And she's like, I don't know, we need everyone else. And he's like, don't you fucking lie to me. And he's like, I'm gonna cut your head open with my globes. And then Boomer helps her escape. And at the end of that confrontation before the last episode, they're like, you give up Hera will give you resurrection, which is crazy to me because then you've just the problem's going to keep going. Now you've just given him the power to be immortal. The villain, you gave the villain immortality. That seems like a bad move, huh?
Most of that goes over my head.
Well, that's because you're a simpleton. But the true blue listeners, those who have been with us since fucking day one, ride or die, they know what I'm talking about.
I'm too busy thinking about like nailing chicks and
oh my god. Okay, wrap it up.
Rubbing Del Scorcho sauce on my wounds. Thank you for listening to this podcast.
Honestly, thank you so much because I would have for sure turned it off. It's bad.
The minute it started. Special thanks to Adam Faye for the art. Special thanks to T-Bone Jones for the theme music. Special thanks to me for being such a good boy. You could find me on Instagram, Wildershot, Twitter, Wildershot_. You could find the dumb horseshit that Jesse and I write on our blog, JesseandWildersGuideToLife.com.
Yep. That's good. You can find me on Twitter at JMcGrizz. You can also go to supertrashbros.com to see where I'm doing my show live or sometimes on the internet. We are, not me personally, but the show happens every first Monday at Brewcade in San Francisco. And like I said, you can text. I think I gave out Mike's phone number in one episode. Just keep texting him.
Yeah, but wasn't that wrong? Already, wasn't that not Mike's phone number?
Oh, yeah. Should I look up Mike's actual phone number?
Yeah. We're talking about Mike the Bike who's a Frozone vet.
Yeah. You know what? I'll queue it up for next ep. So that'll give the listener something to look forward to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we done?
Catch you in the netherworld. Bye.